Hi, my name is Courtney, and this is my gluten-free story. Here's what I think most people want in their lives: to be loved, to prosper, to be healthy, and to have a great job. I was definitely one of those people. From my early years in high school, I knew that I wanted to be in business. It was my thing. I was good at it. So I went to a four-year school, got my accounting degree. I decided my freshman year of college that I was going to get my master's, and that was important to me. No one else in my family had been to college, and I loved school. I could be one of those career students. I also got a good internship. About halfway through my college career, I gave birth to my first child, a son, with my high school sweetheart. And things were going great. I was able to juggle school, my internship, my family, everything. And I was doing everything that I felt that I wanted. After I graduated with my bachelor's, my son was about 2, and I was getting ready to start the MBA program. I started to get sick, and I was never a sick person. Sure, a flu bug or strep throat here and there, nothing really serious. I didn't ever see doctors because I didn't have to. I was also a very private person. I didn't want to tell anybody what was going on. It was kind of embarrassing. I was having a lot of digestive problems, diarrhea, nausea, cramping, vomiting, abdominal pain, you name it, I was having it. And I suffered alone internally, kept everything quiet for about 3 months. And then I couldn't hide it anymore. My husband was noticing that my favorite place to be was in my bed with a heat pad over my stomach, lying in the fetal position, just praying to fall asleep, and so that I could sleep through the night, hopefully. And I had also lost about 30 pounds, and I wasn't overweight to begin with. So he decided to take things into his own hands, and he told me that we were going to get me serious help whether I liked it or not. And I'm so thankful that he stepped in and did that, because I wouldn't do it for myself. That's when we began a lot of testing, a lot, and I saw a lot of doctors. And I'm from a very small community, so I think our options were a little bit limited. Some of the doctors were great, some of them were terrible. But overall, I didn't get any really solid information. I was tested for Lyme disease, cancer, Crohn's, celiac, thyroid, gallbladder, you name it, I was tested for it. I had multiple scopes done, nothing really solid. I found out I had some inflammation in my intestines, and my celiac came back negative. So, didn't know what to do there, but I was put on a ton of medication, a ton. I can't even begin to tell you how many different things. Xanax, hormones, most of which were all designed to treat my symptoms and to make me hungry so that I would gain weight. By this point, I had had my second child, a daughter. And so being under 100 pounds and having a 6-month-old baby wasn't ideal for me. I wasn't able to give her the care that I needed to, or the rest of my family for that matter. And it was at that point that I was at a really bad place in my life. Depression doesn't begin to describe it. It's not something that I like to talk about or like to admit, but it's part of my story, a very big part, and I feel like it's worth sharing. I didn't know where to go. I was at rock bottom, and I felt like a bad mom, because I couldn't give them the attention that they needed. I felt like a bad wife because I could barely make it through a work day, let alone go on a date with my husband. And I wasn't able to work very well at work. I wasn't able to do my best. Here I was with my dream job, my dream family, everything that I thought that I wanted, and I couldn't enjoy it because of this constant suffering I was dealing with. And then I was given up on by my doctors. I was told to eat whatever you want. Your diet's not making a difference. And that was hard. That was very defeating. I didn't think I could get any lower, but at that point I did. I didn't have anybody to help me. I couldn't help myself. My family couldn't help me. My husband couldn't help me as much as he tried. My children didn't understand. They just knew mommy was sick. And so I didn't know what to do. So I found an integrative medicine doctor at a hospital over 2 hours away from me. and they requested some lab work done, an extensive amount of lab work. And my very first appointment there, I found out that I was suffering from non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And I know that that is a controversial diagnosis in the medical field, anywhere in general. But it is serious, and my doctor knew it was serious for me. When I went in there, I was weighing 92 pounds, 5 foot tall, 25 years old, 92 pounds, and a mother of 2. And I was not absorbing anything. I was suffering from what we know as leaky gut. Everything that I ate, my body was fighting it, because in addition to the non-celiac gluten sensitivity, I also was suffering from other food sensitivities: eggs, dairy, soy, multiple random things, a lot of things though, everything that I was eating. My poor husband was trying to get me to gain weight and keep my protein up, so he was having me eat 2 eggs a day, and come to find out, I was highly sensitive to eggs. So we had to completely transform my diet. My nutritionist with my doctor put me on a very restrictive diet. I eliminated all of those foods that I was showing sensitivities to, and I started over like as a baby as far as food goes. I went on a liquid pureed food diet, and I did that for a year, and it was hard. But it was the best thing that I could have done for myself. It gave me time to heal. It gave me time to start gaining weight and maintaining it. That was a big thing. But it also was very hard on me emotionally, and it was very stressful, still trying to juggle that dream job. And finally, after about 6 months of this new diet and this new doctor, I was forced to leave my job. My doctor recommended it. I knew deep down that this was going to have to happen. As much as I loved it, I just couldn't physically do it anymore, so I had to leave. And I've never looked back. I miss my coworkers, and I loved what I did, and I loved the company that I worked for. But I needed to devote more time to myself and my family. And I'm still in that healing process, and I don't know that I'll ever get out of it. But I'm getting better, and I'm a huge advocate for a gluten-free lifestyle. I have seen the wonderful things it can do for me, and I also know the terrible things that gluten did to my body. And I really hope that people become more aware about it, and people are more accepting and understanding, especially in the medical field. It is a big deal, and I think the problem with it right now is that people consider it a fad or a diet. Living gluten-free is a lifestyle for some of us. For me, this is a permanent change. This is not a diet. This is my life now, and I'm fine with it, and I love it, and I've fully embraced it. To help keep track of my thoughts and to have like an outlet for myself, I created a food blog called LPHJ Kitchen. I'll explain that in a minute. But I wanted to help people, and I wanted to keep people from having to suffer like I did. And I wanted to let people know that they weren't alone, and that they had options, and there were other people out there just like them. I mean, again, people want to be loved, people want to prosper and be successful, people want to be healthy, people want to have a great job. But what I have learned over the course of my health struggles is that you need more than that. And if anything, those aren't necessarily the things that you need in life. What I have learned is that you have to love yourself. You have to be patient with all of the challenges that you are given. And you have to have hope for the future, that those challenges will become a little easier. You'll overcome those struggles, and that eventually you will have joy. And that's what my blog name stands for. LPHJ, Love, Patience, Hope, and Joy. Those are also the initials of my 2 children, who give me more inspiration than you could possibly know. But my purpose with my blog is to help others and to provide recipes, meal plans, tips, product reviews, whatever I can to help somebody in this lifestyle. And I realized that is more of my purpose in life. And I want to be able to show people the positive sides of living gluten-free. I know it's not for everybody, and I know everybody is different. And I just think that people need encouragement. And that's what I hope that you have learned from my story, is I hope that I can give you some sort of encouragement, some sort of positivity, and just know that you're not alone, and just know that there are other people out there, and that I hope all of the stories that you hear about this just give you encouragement and let you know that you're not alone, and that they can positively help this gluten-free society and all of the people living in this world with us. And I hope that there are so many more advances in products, foods, on the medical side, that there's advancements, anything that can make people living with gluten sensitivity, celiac disease, other food sensitivities, anything, just make our lives a little easier. But overall, thank you for listening to my story, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you've learned something about yourself, or that you've gotten some sort of encouragement. Thanks.